What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. Today I've got a Kahlii video for you. As you might have seen on my channel, I'm doing a lot of the mage stuff right now, and as I was playing with a fellow mate, I had the opportunity to take the mid lane, and therefore I took Kahlii because I haven't played her in quite a while. First I want to show you my build as always, and we are going full damage. So this is the build that I've been playing kind of. I just saw that some of the items were missing, so this was basically the build that I picked, but we are going to change it a little bit throughout the game. But I would say you can't go wrong with something like this. You want to maximize your damage, and this build just seems to be really good. Arcana wise, I went with my flurry build because I want to have more magic pierce, as we are doing a lot of stuff with our ultimate. Therefore I've taken 10 times Violate level 3, I've taken 10 times Devour level 3, and as the build already says, I've taken Flurry 10 times level 3 as well. As I said, we're going full damage, therefore in the enchantment section you can see that with Axe of Sacrifice, with the Holy Thunder, with here the Raging Inferno, Deadly Claw, and the Holy Verdict, we are trying to maximize the damage to the fullest, and this is basically the build. What I have done with it is part of the video that you're going to see right now, so let's get started without any further stuff to talk about. Alright, here we go, and I have to excuse myself again for a really long video. Unfortunately, we did not manage to put enough pressure on the towers in the early game. Therefore, it took a little bit longer until we had a final decision. You guys are going to see if we win or if we lose. I can tell you that it has been actually quite close. So it's not one of those super stompy 20-5 games or something like that. And the team composition of the enemies was kind of twisted. They had two mages. While I think Diochan can be a pretty decent support, they had been roaming around. Actually at the beginning of the game, and with Joker and Valheim, they had two AD carries as well. But to be fair, it worked out quite well for the enemy team, so it wasn't like they had been taking bad choices, because their damage was just sufficient enough to give us a hard time throughout the game. That said, we had a pretty decent composition. We've got a jungler, we've got with Omega a true tank that can withstand a lot of incoming damage before he goes down. We've got a really strong top laner or solo laner in this case, because it was on the bottom lane with Elaine. And I don't know if you guys have just followed my kind of journey with Kahlii. At first I wasn't impressed when I was buying her. I even got this Veda skin, and I was really disappointed, to put it mildly, how bad she was at that time. And then she got a power spike, and then I was really surprised how much damage she was actually able to do, especially because she's got auto attacks that work, which is really cool to have this kind of piercing stuff that goes through minions as well and damages the minions behind. So she's got a pretty good clear, especially if you focus on the auto attacks in combination with your S1, and of course your ultimate is just devastating. It's just crazy how much damage you can deal with this stuff. The only problem is that you are taking a certain direction, and with that direction you can't choose or change your facing anymore. Sight. This was one of the first moments when I started to hate that Diochan was in the enemy team, or on the enemy team. And to be fair, that player, technically spoken, that player was really skillful. On the other hand, I don't really have any answers to this kind of slowing down stuff. I mean, the only thing that we do get is the shield. We get a little speed buff with that, and we do have sprint, but of course it's not changing anything about the fact that we are getting hard stuck with CC, so we can't purify it, we can't do anything against it. We just have to deal with it and choose our choose our path of movement accordingly to wherever we want to think that she's going to throw some of her area of effect spells. And after a long day of work, it didn't work. I was basically just she was basically just pushing me around from one template into the other template, and at the end of this game, after 20 minutes, I was just fine, and I was just relieved that this game was over, because it's a horrible nightmare, and you guys are going to see for yourself if you continue watching this game. It's just like, she puts something there, I walk right into it, and then she puts something elsewhere, and I just walk straight into it, and then she ults and I'm dead. I can't do anything against it. Like with Flicker, things would have been a little bit easier, and after this game I just realized that I'm not really using sprint in any kind of way, just to escape, but not to just to follow up, but not really to escape. So therefore I think that Flicker would have been the better choice in this matchup, but unfortunately after you see the team composition you can't really do anything against it in the standard casual matches, because of course then everything is picked and you're going to see the enemy composition right after everything has been taken. So yeah, I had my moments when I started to shine, and then I have moments like this where I just think, okay, what was my intention? I don't really know. In hindsight, as you have seen, I had Frosty's Revenge in the build layout that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I think that would have been a good choice to slow enemies down. I mean, it's just, I think 5% slow, but that would have been better than no slow at all. So if I would ever pick Kahlii in the next time during battles, I would definitely take Frosty's Revenge over anything else, because it just means that you can deal damage more planned. Was that the word that I was looking for? I don't really think that this was the word that I was looking for. Let's say it like that. You can deal more damage. I'm looking for a word in English, but it's missing. Okay, here we go. Another Dio-chan. Crazy move, shit. Yeah, here we go. I paused because I was activating my ultimate, and I think that was the stuff that killed me. Otherwise I could have tried to move into the bush, but then okay, she's using templates and it's not an on-hit effect, and she doesn't have to see me, so she would have been able to just do something like that. This is really crazy. I was writing in German, like, what's going on, and it just says the system has detected that your speech contains something inappropriate, and I was like, okay, what is that language stuff doing here? Great stuff with the ult. Like, I didn't expect that to happen, but it happened and it was crazily good. So I just got the kill, and I will get a double kill here. Pretty crazy lag spikes. Like, if you pay close attention to what just happened, I was just activating something and then the game was stuck for a millisecond, and then afterwards Joker was just popping and he was dead. So I don't know what's going on, but as you can see, we've got 7 minutes already in the game, and we have just managed to get one single tower and the enemy as well. So the tower game wasn't strong. We were basically just playing for kills and 1 or 2 Abyssal Dragons, and of course that's not enough to win the fight easily early game or mid game. Now I'm activating my stuff again. Of course this shield of hers is so annoying, and she's just outplaying me here. And I'm following up, and I'm walking straight into her template again. Fortunate she wasn't able to get me, and now I'm close to being dead, but luckily Omega just saves the day and saves my ass. Thanks for that if you're ever gonna see it. Thanks Omega for helping me out. I mean, I put in thank you here because that was really generous of him to save my butt and put himself in danger. But it's just all these, oh my goodness, here we go again. It was just a pain it was a pain to play, and I think now it's a pain to watch. Unbelievable. It's just, this champion is so annoying if you haven't got anything that you can use for movement. Oh my boy. And I don't know how you guys feel about the game so far, but I had the feeling that everything went pretty chaotic. The enemy moved in, we killed parts of them, we moved in, they killed parts of our team, and it was just going back and forth. I mean, Elaine had a really good time just killing stuff all over the place. I mean, this hero is really strong, he's got great movement abilities, which is actually pretty helpful, and if Dio-chan would be about to just activate her ultimate, what you can always do is to get into your ultimate, have the effect run for 2 seconds or something like that, and just jump straight into her face and then kill her on the move while she tries to escape. So you've got a pretty good answer, you've got a pretty good toolbox against Dio-chan and L'Oreal as well, and the only thing that I can do against that is to just walk away. And what I realize is my positioning is actually terrible. I'm playing the game way too off front, way too much into the enemy's faces, and that was of course something that I should keep an eye on if I'm going to play Kahlii again. I was just standing too close to enemies, especially Zil and Dio-chan all the time. Because if you're standing close to Dio-chan, it always means that you will be in full ult range, and because you're going to be slowed down, you will have difficulties to just try to get away here. So yeah, here we go. I wanted to pulse Valheim, but as I said, you can't really do anything about the facing. You can't change it, and therefore it just means that if you choose the wrong direction, what's gonna happen is that your ultimate will be a waste of mana and a waste of the spell itself. It's unfortunate, but there's not really anything that you can do to change it. And here we go again. She slowed me. I'm too slow. She kills me, and oh my goodness. And I'm like, I'm getting a kill, and then I'm being killed. I'm getting a kill, and then I'm being killed. I'm getting a kill, and I'm being killed. It was actually not. It was actually not such a pain to play it. Like the whole game itself against Dio-chan, it was a pain. It was terrible, but to play the game itself, it was actually just my after work season pleasure. I mean, I had a lot of meetings today. I'm basically on my phone all the time or sitting in front of a computer talking to people, and the good thing is I'm just talking to people right now. I don't need to pay attention to what they say, so this is kind of, actually it's kind of relaxing to just play the game and record a video for you guys out there. I mean, I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. That would be so nice. Unfortunately, I don't get the kill here. I mean, that was unpleasant. I thought that this was totally be my kill because I have just put anything into it, and now I'm making a mistake. I'm staying a little bit too close, as I said. Like, this was, I should have made a bit of range between me and Zil, because of course what's he gonna do? He can jump, he can throw his scythe knives once and then they come back, but I do have the range advantage, so I should have just tried to get some distance in between the two of us, and that would have been actually better. I mean, I'm having a plan right now. You guys are going to see it when I'm going to change some of the items, because what I thought, because I felt that I have a tendency to have a really bad positioning throughout the game, so what I decided to do was take in Frost Guard. I was like, okay, well, if they come close to me, or if I come close to them all the time, let us at least punish them for their stupidity and my stupidity in the same goal. And therefore I was building Frost Guard throughout the rest of the game. It's like, well, if they come close, they will at least get some damage according to their health points at the moment, and this is going to settle basically some of the stuff that I'm doing mistakenly in this game. Spoilers ahead, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. And I don't get any kills. Here we go. Now I get it. I'm just telling you that I don't get any kills, and then I'm just kill stealing something here. Okay, well, fair enough. That's the problem. She just has to move. I mean, it's as easy as that. She just sidesteps my ult, and that's it. That's about it. And then she can freeze me. I mean, I do not get Iron Body, if I'm correct. And I'm eating a lot of tower shots here. So this was basically, not even basically, this was not really my day in Arena of Valor. Oh, here we go. And I'm trying to get away, and she's like, no, you're not. My shield wasn't enough to withstand her incoming damage from these little bolts that she gets if she's S2ing. So we are on 6-6 right now, and this is going to continue. 7 kills, 7 deaths, 7 kills, 7 deaths, 8 kills, 8 deaths. And back and forth, back and forth. I mean, let's talk about Kahlii. I think like the main issue is that she doesn't have any movement spells, and that her ultimate is highly dependent on if you are lucky enough to get your facing correctly and the enemies are basically just clumping up in one big pile of heroes. That is the time when your ultimate will have the largest impact on the game. But that's sometimes it's a little bit lackluster because it highly depends on if you are having a tank up front, and what we didn't really do well was to fight as a team. I mean, you've been watching the game for, what, say 15 minutes right now. I don't really think that we had a lot of good team fight situations. I mean, the enemy neither. So that, given that, that's just okay. But in hindsight, I guess I should have just tried to walk behind Omega a little bit more often, use him as a shield. Let the enemies put their spells into him, but what I was doing was a lot of solo stuff. So this is the Holy of Holies approach, and I'm going to change that pretty soonish into the Frost Guard, as I said, because I was like, well, this is going to give you damage, but damage is not your issue. Your issue is utility. You need more sustain and you need more stuff to do. So again, we're soloing stuff, and this turns out fine, but now I'm way too deep into the enemy front line. I don't even know what I was thinking about it, and now Elaine comes and just sweeps in and clears the shit. I mean, he just repels them, but that's fair enough. 16 kills, so he's not having the hardest time against them because he is full build. Yeah, he's full build right now. With some nice items. I mean, Aegis is good for team fights. Yoga's Edge is good as well. What you can see with Omega is that Omega didn't really build too tanky. Like, he has Sonic Boots against Valheim, and in this scenario, if I was him, that robot, I would have totally gone with Gilded Greaves, because you've got a lot of crowd control stuff coming from Valheim, coming from L'Oreal, coming from Dio-chan. That's 3 people. And then you've got Zill, who is throwing around some magic damage as well. So you've got 3 sources of magic damage, which is basically more than you would have in a normal average game. And Joker is just camping in this bush. Well, that was so mean. So I would totally gone with Gilded Greaves, and by now, if I was Omega, I would have had I guess I would have had a proper item and not Uriel's brand. Was it Uriel's brand? No, it isn't Uriel's brand. He's building the healing reduction item. I don't really get it. Like, yes, I didn't buy it, but who has a strong life gain aspect in the enemy team? Valheim? Yeah, L'Oreal, if she is building Rhea's Blessing, because she's then in the ultimate able to get a lot of spells out because of the cooldown reduction. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure what the plan behind that was. Maybe it's just something that you just do because you just build it. I suppose. I don't really know. It's so inconvenient that you can't change the facing. It's causing a lot of trouble. Oh my goodness, this champion is just a nuisance engine. There's a card in Magic the Gathering that's called Nuisance Engine. That's completely what that thing is and how it feels. It just puts out tokens onto the battlefield constantly. Oh my goodness, yes, they do get him. Fair enough. I mean, I guess if you're building Kahlii on some utility items which are not mage damage items as well, you are just giving away a lot of her potential. I mean, of course you can do AD carry and get like items that increase her attack speed. That's fine. I guess it still works with war boots and stuff like that. Should be fine, I guess. But then, why should you? And we're dealing a lot of damage. Like, our spells are actually quite good. Pretty short cooldown. 6 seconds are fine. We've got a shield that's increasing our damage even further. We've got the ultimate, which is really strong if we got the positioning right. But positioning was really my my worst in this game. So yeah, here we go. We managed to deal some damage to L'Oreal. Here we go. Defeated her. Now we need to kill the Joker. And we killed him. Double kill for me. So it's 999. Oh, I haven't seen that throughout the game. I saw that I was getting 9 kills and 9 deaths, but that I do get 9 assists as well. That's classic. So Elena's alive, Omega's alive, and I am alive. We do get 2 towers, and this is the well-known last push. Like one team messes it up, the other team takes advantage from the situation, and that is how you win games. Unfortunately, we won't get him, but we do get another assist. Okay, so this is where the 9-9-10 comes from. So this was the game. A little bit chaotic, but still winnable, and it was due to the fact that Elaine was dealing such a huge amount of damage. We're going to take a closer look in the post-game stats right now, so thumbs up for you, buddy, well played. 8.3, so we are the 3rd best in the party with a lot of deaths, 9 deaths. Community is going to be crazy about this. So 26.7%, so we did 2nd most damage. Participation was okay-ish. So yeah, this was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a nice evening and tune in soon to see another video. Bye bye.